Hey, I wanted to follow up my detailed conversation with my colleague Kent on Australian red wines with a separate video that have his picks because I thought his picks were really well thought out. I think they have a lot to offer for you guys, and I wanted to list them off and devote a specific episode to it. So let's get into it. Welcome back to Drinking It In. I'm your host, Chris Casara. We are here to help you know more and drink better, and I have my notes right here. So hopefully you're okay with me looking down every now and then. But Kent's picks. So my colleague, Kent Stoll, he gave me a number of picks for his favorite Australian red wines. He had spent, I think it was a dozen years down in Australia, really fell in love with red wine and had some really great selections. A lot of them you can get, at least they're pretty well distributed in the US. There are a few, and I'll note them, that are almost impossible to, but you never know, so keep an eye out for them. The wines are in different tiers. We have over $100 a bottle. We have sort of a mid-range, which we'll call it like 30 to 60, and then we have $25 and under. I'm going to start with the big boys. The $100 plus bottles, number one, and we're not necessarily going in order. There might be alphabetical order because that's how I tend to work, but I don't recall. Penfolds St. Henri Shiraz. This is one of your bigger Shiraz. Penfolds, a great name. Just a real special Shiraz that gets put on the marketplace every year. Next is the Rockford Basket Press Shiraz. Now this one is going to be tough to come by, but if you listen to the interview, and I'll link up the interview at the end of this so you can spend a little time on it, because I really think it's a great conversation. Much less so from what I did, but listening to Kent and how much he loves the Australian Reds, I think it's going to get you excited. But Rockford, the basket press, it's something that's very highly allocated. Unless you're on the mailing list, part of the wine club, it's really tough to get. But you never know. Maybe it shows up on a list somewhere and you have an opportunity to drink it. Now, as we move to what I'm calling the mid-range, I think these are more or less $30 to $60, somewhere in that neighborhood. We have D'Arenberg Dead Arm Shiraz. So in the episode, we tasted the D'Arenberg Footbolt Shiraz, which is also on the list as we get further down in price. But the Dead Arm Shiraz is a higher end bottling that they do, and something that he spoke very highly of. And that's one I think I'm gonna source because I've seen it in stores before and probably do a video on. Next one is the Henschke Marble Angels Shiraz. Again, another big dark Shiraz that's just loaded with fruit. I've never had any of these wines that we're talking about, so if I can find any of these, I'll definitely record my observations in some way, shape, or form. Last on this list is the Mollydooker Carnival of Love Shiraz. This is a beautiful label. It's similar, like the label had similar vibes to some of the Freak Show labels, except in this case, the wine in the bottle is going to be great, as opposed to the Freak Show, which the wine in the bottle is garbage. I think that's Mollydooker, really well-known brand in Australia. They do a number of different wines. So the Carnival of Love Shiraz. All of these are Shiraz based, right? So now getting to the $25 and under, D'Arenberg Footbolt Shiraz. I think I rated it 90 points. We tasted it on the episode, and it was just delightful. A lot of fruit, easy to drink, under 20 bucks, and you can buy that safely, and that's reliable. I've had that one in the past at different vintages. It's a pretty distinct red line going right through the label. Next, what I'll call the last regular Shiraz is the Torbrook Woodcutter Shiraz. This is another one of these that I think right around the $20 mark. A great everyday Shiraz, not going to be overly done, right? Probably a little bit more of what you would consider sort of a lighter Shiraz, something along the lines of the Footbolt, right? It didn't spend tons of time in oak. There's a little bit, some vanilla notes there. Torbrook Woodcutter is going to be similar. Now, at the end, right, what Kent said in his note to me, he's like, well, it might be a weird selection, but my absolute favorite wine for the more for the warmer weather months is the Chook Sparkling Shiraz. So this is a sparkling Shiraz. It's a sparkling red. We just did an episode on Lambrusco. I believe you can get these at Total Wine. So if I see them, I'm going to grab a couple of bottles just to experience it. Maybe it's the type of thing where it makes sense to do some sort of a Lambrusco Chook Sparkling Shiraz side by side. I don't know. Depends. We'll see where that goes. But there you have it. Kent's Picks. Probably makes better selections than I do, so glad we had him, and we're going to have him on again when we talk white wines from Australia. But you know, that's in the future. The future plans. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. It would mean the world to me if you hit that little subscribe button. No matter where you are, hit that button. It would help. It'll help bring this channel to a broader audience, get more conversation going on in the comments, and again, just warm my heart. So I will talk to you soon. Thanks for joining.